Monday, 19th of May, 2014. Here's the latest update from Neil Keenan.
Hi. We talked about the no-fly zone last time and wrote up about it a little bit. The document's complete. It's attached, should be attached to this interview, or not interview, but this update right now, and you'll see where we're heading. I made promises that I wouldn't send this no-fly out, whether signed or not. But I don't see how it can hurt having it go out without the signatures on it. And the way I look at it and read the situation, they're going to look at what we've drawn up and say, great, but they're going to go do their own through their own legislature once they see what we've done. That way there'll be a no-fly zone, apparently, but not everybody's going to sign on and just come on and say, here, we've all signed, when they're still going to have to go through their legislature, most likely, in order to get the no-fly zone enforced. Okay, so I've sent it. So you can look at it, you can add people to it. I'm going to give you 24 hours to add the people that I'm missing, because we can't get them all. There's somebody that's on the tip of my tongue or right under my nose, and I can't think about it at that moment or smell it, and I need you to help there. So we don't want it to go out the first time without names that are so important to have on it. So I'm going to leave that to you people to come back to the Keenan team with a few names on it that need to be on it. Okay, we put 800 names, I guess, and that's quite a lot. So, but we're missing some. So we'll go from there. Now let me tell you about how that works and how it's going to work. You do know already that Sweden has Sweden has put up the no-fly zone, and which is a good thing. And they taken down Shimon Peres, who was flying over Swedish territory. And they didn't want him there, which is good. And they made him go over Danish airspace, not Swedish airspace. Shimon Peres is not wanted in Sweden. There's going to be many other countries you don't expect. I've spoken to a lot that are on the fence, that are in Europe, and some of them will come with it, and some will not, because they're concerned about how England and the States will react with the Israelis. I think that the Israelis and the Americans and the English right now are having trouble getting along, because they're all on different pages. Everybody's got their own agenda right now, which isn't how it was supposed to be, I guess. But we're going to have more European nations on the no-fly, from what I see. But let me tell you what the whole thing was for. It was to prevent them from leaving the U.S. Once we finally get a hold on them, so they couldn't escape and they couldn't run away into their hideouts in Paraguay and so on. South America, mostly all of South America, will put up the no-fly, which will keep them where they are. They'll have to stay stateside. They won't be able to come in through the Pacific side of Asia, only to Japan. From Japan, they can't go anywhere. From the Atlantic side, they're going to have trouble coming in through Asia. That'll be all locked up. And Russia will be locked up as well. So, they've got some problems, and I wouldn't be surprised to find some Middle Eastern countries joining in and settling it down too, because they're fighting as well right now with the U.S. Just remember, when I say U.S., I don't consider the U.S. as it is my home. And I don't think you consider it your home. We've got Zionists running our country. We got Nazis running our country. You got guys like John McCain putting up his hand, saluting in a Nazi salute. I mean, that old man's lost his goddamn mind. He was never probably in a prison camp anywhere. I heard that was all made up, just as it was John Kerry's "he's our hero" type thing from Vietnam. And during the election, you know what came out there. So, it's sick. Merkel is saluting the Nazis in the Ukraine. Come on. Man, the woman's in charge of the Fourth Reich. I told you that. It's ridiculous now. Everybody, we finally found out. No, you found out when I told you. And even before then, other people told you, pay attention. You know, if you don't follow the dots or connect the dots, you can't get to where you have to go. Angela Merkel's not going to be part of that German government too much longer, because the people are fed up there too. In Europe, they really demonstrate. They're not like in the United States where a couple of people get together and show a card. Over in Europe, they fight. In Spain and Greece, and they'll tear the house down. In the United States, they're afraid to tear the house down because they're afraid they'll end up getting slapped on the side of the head. Well, you know something? They've been slapping you on the side of the head for a long time. They should have woke up a long time ago. Now, let's get back to the no-fly, because what it really does is it locks them up on many sides. It keeps them in the Western Hemisphere, and it allows us to box them in. The box, and if people like Bush can't even go to Canada. He's not allowed. I mean, he'll go to jail. The same thing's going to be with all the other people. The names on the list when they want to go, or when they just take off and go like they've always done without letting anyone know. We're going to box them in. They're going to be boxed into the U.S. You're going to be able to find them when you want. Other people will as well. And we'll be able to take them down a lot easier than looking for them all over the place. So they're going to be in the U.S. side. They're going to be England. They're going to be Western Hemisphere, which is where the problem is. So that's that. Now, Joe, what am I forgetting?
The elders.
Who?
The elders.
Ah, yes. One of the reasons I came here also is because we don't have all the elders in our backyard on the same team. Some of the elders actually believe that they own the assets that were deposited into the global accounts many years ago by the Dragon family. They believe that the assets belong to them. Chicano did give his holding rights to many elders over here. In a book of conveyance, you can see who, or even a Maklamat, you can see who, or what family. But Chicano was also a holder. He wasn't a depositor. The depositors are all registered in the BIS, which no one gives a crap about anymore. But they do have the actual depositors' names, and it's called the Dragon family. World Bank has it as well. So, I'm going to have to either wake up. I've given them opportunities to wake up. I've been here long enough, and I'm trying to help. But, they don't wake up. They think that I actually believe they think it's theirs. They've been selling things to General Rozier in the past, who's also General Loren, and Richard Armitage, and George Soros, and it just keeps going on and on. So, every time I hear something, it involves the theft of something from the accounts, which even the family feels the same. That these people, the people have been holding the assets for so long, they're entitled to something, But when is enough, and when they start thinking that the assets belong to them, that's enough. They never had a dime in their life until the assets came into play, most likely. So now I'm going to have to make it a little rougher for them and I don't want to, but it's getting near the end of the game, and you have to look at the situation, and you have to say, geez, what do you do to wake them up? Because this game's about saving the world, basically, the planet. It's about humanitarian packages so that the impoverished nations, third world nations, like I'll tell you one in particular in a bit, but third world nations can rebuild, or build the things that they need to survive properly. And they're denying everyone that by holding on to things that don't belong to them when they should be in a place where they can be used. Not in their backyards, not buried in the ground, not in a bunker even. Okay, I'm not saying that everyone needs to know who they are, but if things don't change real quick, everyone's going to know who they are because I'm going to tell them. If they're not going to adhere to what the Dragon family wishes and understand that they're holding someone else's notes, not owning them. Nobody gave them to them. Nobody. Then I'm going to put them out there and let everybody have a field day and let everybody go looking for them, because they're the ones holding the notes illegally, and it doesn't matter to us which side steals them, whether it's the old men or it's some new men. So, we'll just put the names out there and let Que Sara, Sara, if they want to be like that. They got a chance to save their necks. They didn't take that chance to this date. So we're going to, you'll get a list of their names shortly too, in the next post. If this doesn't fly, if it doesn't work out. Now, Belize would, the funny thing is I'm playing that crazy bouncing ball game here on the internet, and it takes my mind off things because it's eye-hand coordination. It's like I play basketball; they get passing the ball off left, right. Your eyes have to be in 10 different directions at one time. It keeps me a little sharp, actually. And I met a young lady on that who was very good at the game. Her name was Sweet Rain, and she was fast. She was good, and I finally got 124,000. I'll get the top score in the game. That's because she faded away and stopped playing. But she gave me a little information at one time about Belize and how poor it was and how much help they needed. And I sent a message over to Belize, and I get an answer back. Yeah, they need help, and that's a country. Let's use them as an example. That this is a nation that's never had anything, but it has so much beauty. It has jungle. It has water. It has a beach. Oh man, it has so much. I know the area. So, what I'm going to say about that is that it looks like we'll be doing something with Belize in the near future, and that's all thanks to this one young lady called Sweet Rain. Don't know her name, or just her iconic name here is Sweet Rain, but she's responsible, and she'll be responsible for the assets or the funds that go into rebuilding or building Belize. It's a good idea. It's a great idea, and it came from a good person. And thank you, Sweet Rain, for bringing that to my attention, because it's a neck of the woods that I've always loved. Central America, South America, Caribbean. Many times I've been there. So, and up and down that Amazon, and I like that too. At least I know the animals that I'm seeing, and I know what they're going to do when I see them. They're going to try to bite me from here or there. Humans are a different kind of animal. You never know what they're going to do. So now the last thing I had to talk about, Joe, was what was it?
You had only 2 topics in the previous recording.
Then maybe I'll leave it at 2, if it was only 2, and I'll add on after I find out what the elders are going to do. If I don't get an answer within 24 hours. By the way, the attachment will give you 24 hours to add on, as I told you, the names that I'm missing. Let me tell you, it's going to be a fun time when we can box them in and they can't go out and they can't cause any trouble. They can't fly into a place and all of a sudden drop off people in like the Ukraine and say, okay, here you go stir up the crap. And next thing you know, you got an insurrection in a country that was relatively, maybe not so peaceful, but not up in arms like this. I mean, you got a Klitschko character who was a pretty good boxer, but in my day, I think a Cassius Clay or a Tyson or somebody would have torn him apart, because he's not a real boxer. He's a puncher, and when he gets hit on the chin, he goes down. But he's going to get hit on the chin by Putin pretty soon, and he's going to go down. That's how I see it. As for that document, that thing, Gene, that you sent to me today, yeah, it's a nice article that you sent me, but it's not all there. You have to remember, a couple of years ago, I said that the East needed their own financial system, and they're doing it now. You have to remember, we had the Monaco Accords, and NAM came along and copied us, and now the BRICS copied us. But it doesn't matter who copied us. The idea was there, and we gave it to them. Now we're going to put the no-fly out there so they can save their backsides and save everybody's backside by keeping those people home. It's going to be wonderful. You're going to have to live with them a little longer unless you want to take them out, because they're not going to be able to go anywhere. Okay? So, you have to be careful. In the end, they're all gone. Hopefully they're in the FEMA camps, or whatever you're going to do to them, the judicial system will do to them. It's going to be rough for them. It's going to be rough for them. But that's the poison that they picked. They picked the fight with the planet, the entire planet. I mean, if the trees could scream and the water could shout, then and the sky could howl. I mean, they're already doing it. They're telling us to give them a break. That we're killing them, just like they're killing us. We're killing them. So we got to stop it. They do, and we've got to get our act back together, and we're going to have to tie everything back in. The no-fly will stay on until it's not on for you. By the way, it's on for them. You'll be able to travel. You'll be able to play in their banks and do the things you want to do, and everything else. You just won't have them stealing from you anymore. Okay, Gene. Getting back to that article was good. I liked it. I just mentioned it a few seconds ago. I liked it, but it's not accurate. I mean, when somebody can say that the European Union's healthy, when you all know that they're on pins and needles, that they're paying for their dollar, the euro note, with fake notes because they don't have any money. They don't have any money. They're on pins and needles, and like I told you before, we're going to take them down. They're next. They're next. If I can find what I need, they're next. If not, we'll find something else in another way. But they're next. Okay. So anyway, for now, I wish you all well. Take care. It's going to be I think a hot couple of weeks, and I think I should get out of Dodge. Nah, I'm joking. I'll never live in Dodge. Okay. I like the kitchen. You can't. What's that old saying? You can't handle the heat. Get out of the kitchen. Well, I'm staying in the kitchen. So I talk to you later. I wish you all well. Yeah, we're going to fight, but what the hell? It's the name of the game. What do you think? We're going to get out of this without a fight? Fighting the worst sons of bitches that ever walked the face of the earth. You think they're going to just let us go? Or you think we're going to let them just go? If you think that, then maybe I should put them in your living room with you. Okay? Because I want them. I think everybody I know wants them. If you want to watch TV with them, then we'll send them your way. Okay? Nevertheless, Joe's looking at something over here. I think he saw a fly and he thought it was a robot.
Or last night. It looked like a small cookie, but I tried to crush it.
You really did.
It was too hard for a cookie. I mean, cookie you could have just crushed it easily. The size was.
It didn't bite you though.
Mm-hmm. No, it didn't move. It didn't move. But it was too hard. It has the texture of a color and texture of a cookie, but it was too hard.
You told me.
I didn't touch it. I used my shoes.
That's the thing you saw on the floor outside the door?
Right.
Hey. Okay, I understand though. Anyway, people, enjoy your day. I just bringing you up to date. The attached is the no-fly. You got a preface here. Enjoy. And this is Neil Keenan, and signing off again. Okay, I'm back in Jakarta, and I have jet lag again. Now I'm going home, and then I'll have jet lag again, and back, and jet lag again. I'm a jet lagged guy. Take care and enjoy. Okay, talk to you later. Bye.